Hi, I'm Adam Redfern and welcome to The Art of Going Viral. The Art of sessions have been running at CMC since 2017 as short masterclasses from industry experts that offer unique insight into their careers, how they work and how to work with them. And so it's my pleasure to introduce your expert for The Art of Going Viral, Alyssa Khan-Whelan.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Adam, and hello to everyone watching today. I'm so excited to be able to talk you through the art of going viral. I am Alyssa and I am the co-founder of Egg Gang and Happy Oak, which is a marketing agency that I run with my two creative partners, CJ and Chris. In today's video, I'm going to talk you through a little bit about us and our experience and how our experience has trickled down into everything that we do today. I'm then going to talk you through the viral campaign of last year where we campaigned to get a picture of an egg to be the most liked picture on Instagram. Then I'm going to talk you through the power of community and how we built a stock photo of an egg into a popular online character called Eugene, whose biggest fear is cracking. And then finally, I'm going to leave you with some key tips and strategies that you need for your brand, your project, or your IP in order to accelerate your growth and reach as many people as possible through social media. Who's behind Egg Gang? Egg Gang started as Chris, CJ, and myself. Chris is a creative director. He used to be at WPP and Karmarama. He manages all of the creative that comes in and out of Happy Oak and Egg Gang. CJ, who was previously at Nike, he's also a creative director, but he leans much more on the design side, so he manages all of the design and the production that comes in and out of our companies. And then finally, I am a producer and a creator. Before Egg Gang, I worked for London PR agencies and I was a consultant for lots of agencies across the UK. There are two things that bring us together as a trio. One is our love for digital marketing, and two is our love for really good ideas that get people talking online. So before I jump straight into the story of last year and what happened, I want to show you this video to really bring to life the impact that it had across the globe.
The Instagram egg?
Egg.
Crack from all the social media.
Subscribe for Super Bowl Sunday.
It's made for good. The world record egg has done more for mental health than the entire US government.
Right, that might have been a lot to take in, so I'm going to run you through behind the scenes what was going on and where did the spark for the idea come from. Well, I mean, that's it. I guess the first question we're always asked is, how did this all start? So the spark moment for the idea was when Chris was curiously researching about the most liked Instagram posts of 2018. He was casually browsing until he saw that Kylie Jenner was #1 with over 18 million likes. Now, first of all, this is a ridiculous figure for anyone, let alone a reality star, right? So this is where the spark for the campaign was born. Could we create a campaign to beat this record? It had all of the right ingredients. 1, it had a reason and benefit for people to get involved. People recognised this as an anti-establishment campaign to beat a reality star at her own game, and Kylie Jenner was the perfect pantomime villain to take on. 2, community. The campaign had the opportunity to bring people together over a common goal, to spur each other on, and to encourage others to take part too. This was all key to the success. 3, connection. By using an egg, we were able to add humour and evoke emotion. This was key to grabbing attention and creating engagement. And 4, a takeout. The campaign could remind people that you don't need to be famous, rich, or filtered to be the most liked. The egg could be positioned as the perfect underdog. With all 4 ingredients, the campaign was ready to go. We quickly created an Instagram account and uploaded a single picture of a humble little egg. Now I know what you're thinking, why an egg? But honestly, the reason is so simple. First of all, we had to get millions of people involved, so it had to be universally recognisable. It has no race, religion, or political gender. To be honest, an egg is just an egg, and Kylie Jenner being dethroned by an egg, well, that's just kind of funny, right? So once the account was up and running, we began by strategizing where were we going to target people and drive people to the page. Each and every day, we brought forward a new approach to how and where we were going to entice new audiences to the campaign. We were on to quite an impressive start. After just 4 days, we had 10,000 likes. Now, our personal bests are literally 18 likes, so this was pretty exhilarating. From here, we were quite literally staying up 24 hours a day, engaging with communities, asking people to join the campaign, sending emails to friends. It was relentless work, sleepless nights, and a lot of takeaways. As it was taking off, we turned to the digital and creative tactics that we had learned in our experience in communications. 1, we encouraged people to create user-generated content so that they felt truly part of the campaign. 2, we gamified the experience by setting challenges and creating hype using Instagram tools such as Instagram stories, polls, and quizzes. As you know with TikTok, gamifying things really creates a buzz and gets people talking. Ultimately, we were working towards something we've never done before, but we absolutely felt it was possible with all the right strategies in place. Within 9 days, we managed to get 17 million more people to like the egg. And at 2 a.m. on Monday morning, we flew past Kylie Jenner's record, and Kylie Jenner herself even responded with a meme reacting to the campaign.
First, let's feel the ground. Really hard? Okay.
We celebrated in true British style with a cup of tea. The egg is now liked by 54 million people. It was so exhilarating to us, and it still is to this day. After we got our Guinness World Record, Instagram blue ticked us, and A-lister stars got further involved, from Dwayne Johnson to Paris Hilton. It went absolutely ballistic. Then it was time for the next phase of the campaign. It felt like the whole world was waiting for our next move. So whilst there was a lot of pressure, we had to quickly get our heads in gear and use our experience in the communication world to handle the media storm. We had loads and loads of options next, but we had a deep set desire to do the right thing. After all, millions of people had come together for this, so we wanted to use it for good. After really thinking about how to utilise this moment, we thought about creating a deeper connection with the users to instill a purpose that would relate to them. We were feeling the pressure ourselves, and there's no denying that it was definitely having an impact on the way that we were feeling. But we had to still idea generate, but the ideas were flowing naturally. And that was the idea itself, pressure. We thought, what happens when you start to feel the pressure? If you're an egg, how would Eugene be feeling? he would be cracking. Social media is an incredible tool. It brings the world together. But I think we can all agree it can have its negative effects. It can be quite divisive, and sometimes you can forget to manage the effects it might be having on your mental health. So it was here we decided to highlight this insight, and we uploaded a second egg picture, but this time with a tiny small crack. And after 2 weeks of constant interaction with followers, we went radio silent, and that silence completely built hype and hysteria. The world wanted to know what was going to hatch. Was it a chick? Was it a face reveal? Or had this all been a Kardashian marketing ploy with Kris Jenner ready to pop out? We continued to crack the egg, one Instagram post at a time, and we considered our options. We could have taken a big payout from a brand. But given our young audience, we had an opportunity to actually do some good here for the Egg Gang community that we had built. We had been in touch with Hulu about creating something together. And between us, we agreed on the best way to harness this really incredible moment. So our next Instagram post announced our partnership and a Super Bowl reveal. Now to our followers, honestly, this meant one thing. The egg had succumbed to the pressures and had sold out. And oh my gosh, they were not happy, and rightly so. But the bad blood was short-lived because all of this was part of the strategy. We wanted to add an element of surprise. Because on Super Bowl Sunday, we revealed the egg's personal experience in the spotlight. We showed Eugene was cracking under the pressures of social media, and we urged others who were feeling the pressure to talk to someone too. Take a look at that Super Bowl moment for yourself. Now you're probably wondering, where do you go now with it? And this was a question we had to ask ourselves. Yes, we could have made a quick buck from other brands, but what about our brand? What about Egg Gang? What about the Egg Gang community that we had built? What would they want more of? The reaction to the Super Bowl reveal was quite simply incredible. It gave people this sense of hope and excitement, and it was the first time that we had brought the egg to life, if you like. We turned it into a character. And by characterising Eugene, people have since drawn an emotional connection to him and his own experiences. The reaction made us realise there's a need for more fictional content for younger generations around these sensitive topics of mental health, to allow more people to feel more seen in the content that they're watching. Ultimately, we know that to create true engagement and connection, we have to lead with humour and entertainment first. So to this day, we use Egg Gang and we use its platform to create content for Eugene that is relatable at its core, uplifting, but with a hint of realism and humour. Life isn't always sunny side up, and it's important to show that, but remain optimistic throughout. Which leads us on to announce nicely, as we've only just heard ourselves, that Egg Gang has been awarded with the BFI Young Audience Content Fund to develop a long-form animated TV series working with our awesome executive producer Michelle Ford. The series will be a comedy about Eugene and the rest of the Egg Gang, along with all of their quirks as they try to navigate modern life. This is really exciting for us, and we're so thankful to all of the guys at BFI, as it will enable us to develop a world and more characters, and ultimately help more kids grow up feeling seen in fictional content. Over at our marketing agency Happy Oak, we help brands deliver true impact across social and digital. We create communication, brand, social media strategies, and we develop creative campaigns to effectively target the right audience and accelerate business growth. And finally, before you guys go, I want to leave you with a few tips that we always recommend our clients. You should have these in your social media strategy and your viral marketing strategies in order to create the most amount of impact as possible. First of all, number 1, the spark. Create an idea that captures people's attention quickly and evokes an emotion or feeling quickly. If an idea is in any way complicated, it will likely not catch on. With anything viral, you have about 3 to 5 seconds to create a hook. The idea must bring some sort of value. This can be humour or something wholesome, or even a deep sentiment. If you can't explain your idea in more than a sentence or 2, you need to go back to the drawing board and simplify it. The egg was an idea that people understood quickly. Let's beat Kylie Jenner at her own game by liking this egg. If an idea is easy to understand, it will be easy to catch on. Number 2, the connection. Think about your audience. Who are you speaking to and what do they care about? What will grab their attention? This is really important because if you don't know who they are, then you don't know where to go in order to make your connection with them. When you understand who they are, you must go to their communities. You need to speak to them in places that they're most comfortable in. For example, the egg. We needed to get quite a lot of people on board. So we agreed between us the types of people that we were going to target. These were Generation Z and teenagers. And we went to the most popular places that they would be. Anywhere culturally relevant on celebrities' Instagrams, within their comment sections or social media platforms. You really need to know your audience. You need to know where they are and you need to know how to directly target them. Don't post and ghost. Community management is so important. A lot of people think they can get away with posting and then never engaging with people. The best and most effective thing about social media is the fact that you can literally speak to people. Social media is almost like having a conversation with someone. It's really as simple as that. Posting without engaging is like going to a party, waving at people, and then just not speaking to anyone. So to allow people to get to know you or your message, your product or your IP, you should always aim to create conversations. When you post, reply to people. Go onto other people's pages and go to where your audiences are and chat to people there too. Ultimately, you've got to allow people to get to know you like you would if you were interacting with someone in real life. Number 4, interactivity. Find ways to get people involved and engaged and to have fun. You can ask people questions or create polls. Perhaps they can get involved in making your next campaign or your next product. Gamify their experience or set a challenge. With the egg, we challenge people to make faces out of the egg types, which encouraged user-generated content which they shared and then their friends shared. Eventually, this content spread across all of these different networks. Number 5, finally, for real growth, use your network and become a true part of the communities you're trying to play in. Network, create content with like-minded friends and keep pushing your message out there. Special thank you to CMC for working so hard to putting on an amazing event today. And if you feel like you might need some help with your social media, digital strategies, or even creative campaigns, if you've got an IP, a service, or a product which you would like more people to know about, please do get in touch because we would absolutely love to help. That's all, folks.
The Instagram egg?
Egg.